What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to another episode of About Even. Jeez, it's a great betting show. Jeez, I love it. Another great week for all concerned. A great week for the show, great week for punting. And we do it thanks to our friends at Ned's. I just want to take a moment in this show to just really tell you guys how much I love and appreciate you guys for all that you do. You two over there, Rando. But Ned's, just that bit more.
Yep.
Just that bit more. How's everyone doing?
Mate, obviously I'll allow you to grovel to Ned's because we should all grovel to Ned's.
Yeah.
At least on this panel. But if you're trying to grovel to us so that we go easy on you after fucking a diabolical week.
No.
All I'll say, punters
I'm
and
not
dribblers,
groveling.
is accountability this week is unmissable. It's one of the great weeks in accountability. Obviously not the great week, which was Tom Birmingham also last year when he fucks immortality. That was great. But this is pretty good too.
Well,
Imagine dropping immortality. I
Hey,
still can't get over that.
Listen, I'm not coming here to grovel, right? I'm not in the groveling business. I know that for damn sure.
Sound like groveling,
no, I'm
mate.
just listen. What I can't fucking appreciate my friends. I can't show love for my friends.
Boyle Birmingham, that's not your style, bro.
You know it is actually. It's very much my style. I'm a humble king. But listen, now that you've sort of teased.
Well, it's why we're here.
Yeah, it is why we're here.
Yeah.
Well, you know what then? Before we do that, before we get to accountability, I'd like to let some people know, and by some people, and anyone who's listening, the tickets are available to the Hello Sport Times 4 Pines race day, a dribbler's day out, 19th of April at Royal Randwick. In the members, trackside, got our own marquee.
I'll be there. Rue will be there. Tobler will be there, I think. Sebo might be there.
More than 50-50.
Okay,
Not
that's-
100%.
So we're there, great.
Brando,
Yeah. We'll be
Brando
there.
Brando will be
Yeah.
there.
Uncle
he'll be giving out
Wirama will
stats.
be
He'll be
there.
doing a special stats on the ponies.
Special stats,
Yeah.
Pony, yes.
Thank you very much. That'll be a small fee.
Thank you.
For those.
Now, the ticket price includes food and booze all day, just to let you know. Now, there'll be links in bios everywhere you need to find it. Hello Sport, times 4 Pines, Dribblers Day Out. Tickets are selling fast. But get your friends together and get down for an ungodly, responsible rip.
That's right. Now, if you saw our Instagram today, you would have seen that Tom and I own a dog.
Yep.
Thanks to our friends at Ned's. It's called More Shots.
Yep.
If you are one of those loyal punters and dribblers that are watching this show,
Loyal, much like a dog.
much like a dog, as it premieres, you've got till 8:28 tonight. That's Wednesday night, the 2nd of April, to go and get on More Shots. It's
Yep.
race 5 at Richmond, number 2. It's up against Zipping Deckers. Fuck you, Zipping. I like the $1.40 favourite to get beaten here.
Yep.
We've got More Shots at $9. That's juice for the punter and the dribbler. Get on this thing. It's probably not at $9 anymore because I will have given it a lick. So to Tom, so to everyone following our Instagram page. But More Shots, thank you to our friends at Ned's.
Yep. Get in there. Now you can. Now let's do
Now
it.
accountability. Rabbitohs 28 defeated the Panthers 18. Wily old punters, old souls like Sebo and I, see an AJ at $2.08 and go, what are we doing here, bruh? Again, Stone Street gets his name sort of bashed a little bit here, but only because who the fuck are you, Stone Street, paying $1.28 when AJ's $2.08? You just don't walk past that in the street, Tom.
I hate myself. It's all right.
Ravelar was a great bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I hate
only
myself.
20 cents more,
Yeah.
you pick the Rabbitohs right edge.
Yeah.
Trying to outsmart the room, mate.
No, that's what it was. It was. Listen,
smart prick.
Like, I could understand if you put together a stupid, Old Testament Tom Multi and get up, but to pick for 20 cents more the right edge of the Bunnies.
No, listen. I appreciate that point. It's good analysis from you guys.
And Rue, with his albino fetish, went for Jenkins.
Yeah, the Milky Bar kid. 2-on-1 on the last play. Jack Cole fucking dummied and went. Should have got over. But
Selfish, mate.
yeah, there was better to come.
Jack Cole was a week late
Some
for
of
me, I
us.
think, or maybe it was 2 weeks late. I don't know.
Oh, right. We're doing that, are we?
Yeah.
Jack Cole was 2 weeks late for me.
That shovel's looking very lonely back there.
Listen, mate, I'm not putting anything on.
Well,
No,
we know the rules. If it's more than 10 units, you got to put the shovel on. We'll see how we
Might have to
go.
order another shovel.
Let's see how we go. The Titans 30 defeat the Roosters 12. Like, if your name's Tom, yeah, I'll give you credit here. Myself, Sebo, we saw that the Titans cover lines. But Bo Fermor doesn't score.
I fucked up,
Neither's Jojo Fafita.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
dude,
doing, bro?
dude,
What's going on?
no,
He
no,
didn't even look likely.
This is me again. I'm in a really cold snap. But I had Titans plus 6.5, and I had AJ, and then I copied Seb because I just took Firmor for some reason.
Because you're an
I'm
idiot.
a fucking idiot.
But the
Fair
game,
enough.
this game's not about us. It's about the blockers name
Nightmare.
Nightmare bet.
Yeah, look, I'm not quite the vibesman that you guys are, and this
was-
is probably the
this
first
was
time I've
terrific.
stepped out of the shadows in the vibe category. So, very happy with this one. Tino bombed a try early, and I thought this is not meant to be. This is fucked. And then, when he went over, there was quite a celebration at my house. Let me tell you that much.
It's honestly, like, obviously it's nowhere near immortality or anything like that, but, like, it's actually one of the better bets from a vibe-based perspective in recent memory. I can't
It's a
think of
great
better one
bet.
for a while.
If it was a $32 plus, you could almost at least have a case open for immortality.
Mate, 16.25 off that bet is unbelievable.
The narrative, the way it looks on paper, the way it sounds to the ear, like it's a good bet.
Yeah. No, listen.
It's a good bet.
You should be very proud of yourself.
Lippy
I
hits
am.
with Titans into Mark Nwanga Nitawase.
The fact that Titans into Marky Mark was 8.75 is bonkers in hindsight.
Yeah,
Mate, it was a good bet from a Lippy who's done pretty well.
Well, I mean, it's a classic bet. Take the outsider head to head and a try score on the other side. It's a great formula.
The mathematician says don't sort of like do the
Dilly-dally.
opposite in the
Yeah,
bets.
yeah.
Like if you're going to go the Titans, you should pick a Titans.
but you don't
try
get
score,
the
but you don't
odds for
get
that.
the odds.
You don't get the odds.
you don't get the
If you want to juice the odds,
Yeah.
you got to play dangerous, baby. Broncos 20 defeat the Dolphins 12.
We can call this a bad beat for me, right? We can.
Well, they scored in the 75th, 6th minute.
Yeah.
The
And
Dolphins.
it was just a fucking dicky runaway, stupid fucking.
But there was
Fun.
always going to be a couple tries late in a Broncos Dolphins game.
No,
It's that
sure.
call.
But, like, it was pretty much done. I tell you when I think I lost the bet was when Reece Walsh took the ball and just opted to slide like 7 meters over the sideline.
Well,
I'm
he
just
glitched.
I'm like, what the fuck are we doing
Was
here?
that friend of the show, Hectic Fred, that said his controller glitched? Was that controller turned off?
I forgot to bring that up with Kempy this week.
That
but
annoyed
that
the
was
fuck out of me.
ridiculous.
That,
right?
why would you do that? I don't understand why you do
He
that.
could have well and truly gone to ground. Or throw it into the in goals if you're going to go out.
It's a pretty boy slide. Like, you can't
It was
resist
show. It was
just
pomp
getting
and
it.
pageantry. Yeah.
It's
Like,
like
look at
this.
this slide.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't have pubes yet. So Broncos minus 13.5 tripled, doesn't get up.
No, that's tough. That's
Dolphins
tough.
plus 8.5 into an Azarko for me. Azarko doesn't score. He's just gone. Well, I can't find him. Basically, no one can. I'm going to steer clear the next couple of weeks. But Sebo triples first half under 24.5.
It was a hell of a ride this
That
week.
was a hell of a
Not
ride.
just
a
that,
hell
but
of a
also
ride.
into his pot bet, which was unders and stags,
Yeah.
which was
Which was the
huge.
first, which was the first bet to get up for the pot bet that
Yeah.
we've been doing. You've got until what day to join it this week? Friday? Is that when it closes?
Yes, but I think this week is just you and I are going to be at the races for the pot bet.
Different.
Yeah, different one this week, and then next week we're back to normal.
And just a quick accountability on the pot bet. Yes, we got up, and normally if we weren't up on the first one, it'd be a tiny bit more conservative, more like a $4 vibe. But I was going for some $7 ones. But geez, it was after these few games, it was tough to get some bloody bets out there, with some of the results. So I put my hand up. Yes, we all got positive, but we missed a few free shots.
it was fucking just a shit
But
rainy weekend. Of
I don't know how many people are in the pot, but there's at least hundreds, maybe thousands of people who just wrangled a stag.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of the greatest wrangles. So we'll get some sort of thing up there on the stag head.
Sebo
pot bet,
yeah.
stag range.
Yeah.
Pot bet stag randall.
Yeah.
So you are there in spirit, even if your name is not reflected. Guru had Shibasaki into the Dolphins plus 14.5 at 5.22. Good betting from the Roo with the shovel on Sun.
Yeah, the goatee that was promised. I'm 2 from 2 from him this year. He's proven to be a little special for me.
He's good.
He is
He's looking
good.
fit as fuck.
Now, Dragons 14 defeated the Storm 8.
A lot going on here.
I took the Dragons plus 9.5 at $1.90. Again, I was brutally honest about where I got the bet from last week. It was out of the mouth of the great Jamie Soward. Burmo got his back up about that. He's like, what the fuck were you listening to James Soward?
Listen,
he's only supporting the club he played for.
You can come at me, you fucking sack of shit.
No. So what happened was you got your back up. So did Sebo, who went on a fucking massive diatribe rant about how if the Storm get beaten, who gives a shit?
Everyone's forgotten who Munster is.
Everyone's exactly.
Yeah.
So then a side bet
Yeah, this
is
really
brought
gets
up by the great guru over here, who goes, "Fuck it, put your money where your mouth is, baby. 9.5's the line. Let's take it. 2.5 units each go to Guru and I, which is exactly what happens.
That hurt.
Which is exactly what
And
happens.
Storm to win both halves, I believe, was on until it wasn't. Just a side note.
Well, until they didn't win the second.
Until they didn't win the second half.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Halfway there.
Yeah.
I just went as soon as the game started, driving wet, scat, Cogra. They're missing Jerome Hughes. The Dragons.
It
off
was
a
so
bye.
wet, dude. It was
Defensive,
so wet.
defensive effort. Like it was just as Jamie said, mate. It came to fruition.
As soon as I saw Chris Minns in the box of Craig Bellamy, I knew we were fucked because that guy's a dog who just wants to burn golf courses to the ground. And I just knew it wasn't my day.
I would have caught a wild card, but we had the side bet, so I just had to go all in. But like waking up Saturday morning, and I wake up at 4 because of the Twins. It didn't stop raining.
It was
3 p.m.
pouring.
Like it was pouring all fucking day,
Yeah.
and you're like any double digit lines are just going to be taken by the plus. Like it's just
Oh, it's over.
Yeah,
I don't know what the lines finished at or opened at the game or where it was at when the game started, but 9.5.
Yeah.
Child's play.
Easy.
You lost all those units, though, by tripling Dragons plus 13.5 into Tuapolotu, which was good, Roo.
Yeah, I got a little bit greedy. Wild for you to be on your high horse, but
Oh,
we'll
no,
let it
man, I
play
was just
out
pointing it
now.
out. I just didn't see it. I just saw it there, that's all.
Yeah, no, that one hurt. Got a little bit greedy there. Lesson learnt.
Lesson learnt indeed. Cowboys 30 to defeat the Raiders 20. Hindsight's a powerful tool. I'm like, of course they won. Chris and Huddy. Sebby, Chris, where you at, dog? Where you going?
This had the vibe. No bets were going to hit.
Well,
5 minutes in.
I thought a Huddy could have. I thought fucking Huddy could
There was one bet that didn't hit. Raiders plus 7.5 at $1.48.
Oh, that's... Where's... See, no,
we said that was the worst bet of the year.
Yeah.
I
And
think
it
you
was.
said the Bulldogs was the worst bet of
Mate,
the year, but I'll
nah.
let it slide.
Where's the
had
fucking-
Savage, whatever his fucking name is, pass that ball. Owen Paddy scores. I was home. I was filthy. at the
Maybe.
time. Absolutely
Where
fucking
is...
filthy.
I'd like to say this as I get my nuts ripped off this fucking accountability quite rightly. Where's the fucking...
but if he passes it, it gets to... Oh, no.
No, he's just saying they would have won.
They would have won the game of football, wouldn't it?
Where is the apology tour? Where is the press conference on Instagram going, I'm a fucking loser. I took a dumb bet. Raiders plus 7.5 at $1.48. I'm a fucking
You gotta
loser.
own those losses.
You guys have got to own it more. I'm up there on the stories
I'd
going, I
say-
picked
I'd
Tuapolotu.
say
I'm a fucking gimp.
If Rue
you guys
hadn't
don't
got his blocker bet and stuff like that, absolutely, it needs to be out there. But like, just because you missed $1.40, if you're hitting
the
bang-
worst.
No.
It's
If you miss
$1.48.
$1.47, you have to apologize.
You've got to apologise
yeah.
for that.
Had I missed the Bulldogs one, I would have fronted up.
I don't think you would have. I think there needs to be a lot more accountability here on the accountability desk. Rather than just me every time I have a fucking god-awful bet, which is more
I
frequent
had a
than I'd
fucking
like to
shovel
admit.
around my back last week. What are we talking about?
That he did bring.
And you'll be holding that thing the entire
Well, we don't know.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know yet.
We
I
don't
can't.
know what
We
we
don't
do.
know. The numbers aren't
Bulldogs
in.
20 to defeat the Sharks 6. Guru had Bulldogs plus 22.5, under 50.5, $1.73.
That one snuck in,
got
did it,
up. Well
boys?
done. Yeah, no, but it's more the $1.48 bet that I've got an issue with, obviously because of the odds and how pathetic they are and the fact that it lost. Celine Dion bet didn't get up. Disappointing. A lot of disappointed punters and dribblers out there. We missed a Tommy 2+, we missed a DCE, and we missed a Hamole. But I didn't know Tommy was injured coming into the game.
Well, like I mean, you see the game starting, he's his fucking knee strap. You're like, wait a minute, what? I thought it was a hamstring, and then I was like, oh, okay, maybe it was just that he had a sore knee, and it wasn't actually a hamstring. He's like, oh no, he just did that yesterday. Yeah, right. Where was that bit of information? And then he also did the other knee in the same game.
So listen, the fates were against us. Warriors 26 defeat the Tigers 24, nothing doing. Care unit scoopers. Tom was 2 from 8.
I did get a pompey, just by the way. I don't like that you rubbed me of a leg, Edward, because the legs seem to mean so much at this stage. That's all you guys talk about.
Did have a pompey.
Yeah, I did have
You
a
were lucky
pompey,
you moved
mate.
positions.
Yeah, well, I got him, bro. And that was another bad beat for me because the Tigers were up and then Buller goes over. They call it an obstruction. Technically, maybe in the fucking eyes of the law, it was an obstruction, but you could also say that you just let that go and I get one bet for the week, but whatever.
Speaking of bad beats there, Lecky Halasima, who scored the last try, turned into prime Semi Radradra. So he was inside him on that play. Leah Tower, just drawing past, my man. Get me home again. I'll tell you what, boys, I was 2 passes away from going about 6 from 8 this week. So brace yourself.
A lot of near enough.
it's
Good
the
enough.
same-
Out of
It's the same guys going, I got 2 dynamites on the first 2 columns and where's the goal? And I saw it go past the 3rd column. but you
Sebo,
didn't
I've
get it.
played pokies with you all the time. We always talk about that bit of dynamite that doesn't come out. That's
As
part
you're
of
playing, but you don't
Yeah.
go. You don't go tell someone a week later.
Well, you might if it was a big slap. If you want a $10.
It's a bit of Jack. I was on Jack Cole 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Well,
you
listen,
know.
I own it.
The hot seat goes
was
down
on Jack
again.
Cole.
0-5, the hot seat.
Yeah, you're a dog for doing that, Roo.
But it was
I take nothing back.
It's tactical.
Wouldn't have worked out better.
10 and minus 10.
You wouldn't have carried on so much. I wouldn't have bothered. But
Fuck you, dude.
Weekly leaderboard. Lippy wins.
Oh,
Up again, the Lippy.
so who was that? What was his name?
The paint guy, no, the white, the
Bailey Ladders.
Bailey Ladders,
Bailey Ladders.
White.
Bailey
Yeah,
Ladders.
he's back.
Bailey
He's
White.
back. He's
So
back.
obviously, I'm assuming we don't have his bets. So they will
I do.
be. You've got Bailey White.
Yep.
Oh,
I
you
hit him up.
checked.
I hit him up. Yep.
Nice. Well done, Bailey White. Another go around, bruh. 0.54 units. Guru was second. 4 from 10 he landed, but he missed his triple, and obviously the Raiders bet hurt you.
yeah, does that include my 2.5 units?
Of course it does, brother.
And I still went negative.
Because you triple,
You triple,
and because of your Raiders bet.
$1.48.
Do you know how many fucking units you're going to put down for a $1.47 bet?
It's like
Yeah, I'm well aware.
$40 probably.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. So that let you down dramatically. Sebo minus 0.76. I was minus 1.55. And Tom, none from 10, 7 from 23 legs. I did give you a little extra one then just then.
Thanks,
minus 20.71. Minus 20.71 is fucking biblical. Biblical.
Does that mean
Check.
you just skip the 80s altogether?
Mate, try this on for size. Look, listen to this overall leaderboard. Sebo, 12.56 in the green. Well done, son. The Lippy, second, minus 4.64. I'm third, minus 6.64. Guru, minus 14.58. Tom, minus 34.7 after fucking, 4 or 5 rounds.
You're in the 60s already.
Wow.
You remember the first
You
season?
could be out of money by
this
round
first
9.
season about even. You guys, and rightly so, and all the commenters. I think I finished on around $600. People going, "Oh my god, Sebo's the worst." But even so much so that when we did the Hello Sport meet and greet thing in that Paddington pub, I think your sister's like, "Hi, I'm Medicine. Are you Seb? Are you the one who can't punt?" Just because I was in the 60s. Just because I was in the 60s after a season.
Yeah.
Minus 34 points.
Listen, mate, fucking Rome wasn't built in a day. There's, one swallow doesn't make a summer and that, we're good. It's early days. You're picking them early, you're not picking them late. I don't know what else I can say.
I don't know how many.
The 30s is bad. The 30s is fucking, I'm pretty sure what Roof finished in last year. So, I am not going well.
Rue won with minus 30.26.
So, I could win the season with that if I just steady the ship.
If you just stay there.
Yeah.
I wonder how many Tom loyalists you've lost because your Tom loyalists.
No, dude, there are no loyalists. It's only once you get a bet. It's the audience generally. If you're losing, if you're going bad, they're like,
No,
fucking
but you
suck.
have loyalists because you used to get a few more of your winger bet things, and people are like Tom's the best. But you get the.
You used to be Mr. Friday Night Delight.
Well, that was when I was on.
You used to have loyalists.
Listen, these guys just they ride you when you're good. When I fucking when they thought for a brief moment that I'd hit immortality, it was like, you're the greatest punter of all time. But then as soon as it's bad, the same person is like, you're a fucking pile of shit, which is exactly
No, but
how
there's-
you-
there's
Have
some
you
loyalists.
lost your identity?
Yeah. In the kingdom of Tom, are you just by yourself in a castle, just
Yeah,
with
dude.
no?
No, I'm alone right now. I don't deserve to have any consiglieres around me. I don't deserve to have a jester trying to make me laugh or someone feeding me grapes. I need to be feeding someone grapes. I'm fucked, dude.
But have
Minus
you lost
20.
your identity? I feel like you have.
Yeah.
I don't think your bets stand for much.
I really feel like you can tell the lack of effort and belief behind. Not all of them.
No.
Some of them.
The
Most of
Ravalawa is a
them.
great example.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. Satili Tupanua.
Triple.
Yeah.
Why? Don't know. Right, okay.
Listen, guys. Okay, this is probably a good time to come clean with everyone here, right? I've been really under the weather the last couple of weeks.
You got the boil the other day.
I've got what they call staph infection or a boil / cellulitis, and I'm on antibiotics. I'm not thinking right. This thing's been going for a while. I had to get the thing ripped apart yesterday, and that was after having it for a couple of weeks. So all I can say is this isn't an excuse either. I'm just sharing with my close friends and obviously the loyal listeners out there that it's been a tough couple of weeks, and I really appreciate your support.
It's shovel time.
Yeah.
Get the
Get the shovel.
Okay.
Yeah, the kid the shovel.
Do we have a rope for it?
No, just carry it. I did it last week.
Well, I thought we got rope for it.
Yeah, it's heaps uncomfortable.
Well, go get the
Just hold
rope.
it, that's all right.
That's
You'll be
good.
fine.
Take too much time to figure out a way to tie the rope.
You only got an hour left.
Okay. Well, thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
Yeah, wow. So you didn't see the 70s? Huh? He didn't see the 70s.
You slept through it.
No, slept through it.
Yeah, right.
Blacked out for a second there.
It's crazy.
Minus 34 is fucking
I tell you what,
punchy.
it shows though is that how well you can do to even just maybe make it to the end of the season. Because one bad week, you can lose a fifth of your entire year's kitty.
Yeah, especially if you punt that way.
Yeah. I did have a good win on the weekend on my civilians as well. So.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I'm not ruling out you having 5 of those this year too. No way.
Listen, guys, I
good for the soul.
appreciate it.
Well, let's see what he's about this week.
Yeah,
let's
let's
see where
see.
his identity's at.
I didn't
Time
use
to
them.
punt.
I didn't say identity.
Time to punt.
I never mentioned the identity.
Time to punt.
Great. Now I got to lead this, do I? After I've just been completely bashed. Anyway, Raiders, Sharks, GIO, 235 Raiders, $1.60 Sharks, 3.5 the line, 406.5 is the total. Rando, first time today. How are you, son?
Good, mate. The Cowboys on the board for 2025. Never in doubt. Plus 7.5 Raiders line. That's stupid stuff there, Roo. Especially Cowboys 13 plus the week before. Anyway, now that I got that out of my system, it's going to be dry in Canberra this week. The Sharks, they've lost 4 of their last 5 night games. They went 0-2 on Thursday night matches last season, losing to the Dolphins and the Eels. The Raiders, on the flip side, they've won 4 of their last 5 home games against the Sharks, including their last 4 night games at GIO Stadium. For try scorers, Jesse Raymond, he scored in 3 of his last 4 games against the Raiders, including his last 2 games at GIO Stadium, whilst the Raiders, they have conceded 4 tries to right centres in their last 2 games.
Any Raiders try scorer stats for me there, Rando?
Xavier Savage is the plain and simple one. 6 tries in his last 7 games.
Anyone paying more than $1.77 for me, Rando?
Not really.
Thanks, mate.
Unfortunately.
Great.
Yeah, they're not scoring tries, the Raiders.
Any Tamale anytime?
Wouldn't he be the exact same as Xavier Savage? No.
He's $2.10.
Oh, there you go.
Just interested to see if there's any.
I thought I'd just steer to more winning value.
Yeah, well, fuck. Listen, I just want to talk to you about Constitution and what you're about. This is going to sound like, listen, you already know this to be true, Edward. I had a feeling about South last week, and I just didn't do anything about it.
I don't lie, so I will be honest. You did mention it a couple of times, but you didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything about it. And so, whilst I'm a big fucking loser and I'm prepared to sit here with a shovel on my shoulder and acknowledge as much. I'm a big fucking loser. Clip that up.
Yep.
I've got to go with how I feel. And I think the Raiders win. Sharks are, even Buzz, who's a Sharks man, they just got nothing. They got no cunt, no grunt. And I'm just going to take him to win at 235. I wanted to add in a Tamale, but because I abide by the rules and Rando couldn't provide me any stats, even though I was clearly trying to get him to just give me something.
Which he didn't.
I'm going to take Raiders at 235.
Hasn't Buzz gone after the Sharkies this week?
What's he said?
Well, he said they got nothing. Nico's got nothing.
Yeah, he came out and
They're
had
done.
a big
line
whack
through
at
him.
Nico.
He put a line through him. He literally put a red line through him.
We were talking earlier, Sebo and I. They're just not. They don't have any sex appeal.
No.
You got like the cheerleader
Yeah.
effect. They're just
I
get up
feel-
close and you're like, oh, you're not that hot.
I feel as well, I was thinking about this yesterday, like Nico and Sharks, both of them. You know when you get footy cards and there's like the hologram cards or like the really good players or whatever? I feel everybody like put the hologram colour on Nico and the Sharks a couple of years ago, and we have this hologram expectation just because of like one really good year. And it's like, are they really hologram guys? Like, is
No.
Nico a like
You'd argue there's not a hologram in their
like,
side.
there's a lot of people who are great players who aren't. There's no holograms in the Sharks.
Except maybe AFB.
Yeah, you could get. He's probably the only.
He
hologram.
seems like he's losing it, though, while he's been there.
And like the team itself, obviously you don't hologram teams, but if you did, they wouldn't be. But like, there's no holograms in there. Most teams have a hologram, right? But I think Nico was given hologram, rightly so, had a great season, but he's
lost it.
I think to get hologram, you need more than 1.5 really good seasons, and
You
that
need to
just
be.
creates so
you
much
need to be a
pressure.
Charizard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like always be a fucking gangster. Always. Raiders plus 10.5 is the line I like the rugby league look at. I've brought that myself. I packed that at home. It's like a BYO lunch. Raiders plus 10.5. Then I just felt last week, like I was wronged of a Nickera and a Huddy Young. And these motherfuckers there's been scoring a lot lately. And just for me to hop off because they didn't deliver last week, I think I'm selling myself short. It's like the inverse of following a Garrett because he scored 4 tries, so I'm going to get him on next week. He doesn't hit. I'm doing the opposite of that. I'm like, yeah, they didn't score last week, so most people are jumping on. I'm staying on, baby. I'm staying on 10:59. And they get busy down there. Should be cold. Is it going to be cold?
It's going to be 22. It's pretty warm for Canberra
cold.
conditions.
Time of
But
the
at
year.
night it won't be 22.
Oh, yeah.
Not
like-
it can't be 22 at night.
He just sometimes he'll be like, it will
Are you
rain
saying
at
that
some point during the day.
is it a top of 22 during the day?
It's a top of 22 during the day.
Right. So it could be 10 degrees. Back rower fucking weather. That's what I'm saying. 10:59. 10:59.
Look, I had a similar bet to Eddie in terms of Nickera and Young because I had that in the pot bet, and I was trying to do that, much like Eddie explained, just kind of get back on it. But then I really don't like this game, and I just figured Rando's stats kind of got me a little excited, and so I was out there instead of panning for gold. And I saw a nugget go by. I'm going to stay in the exact same spot. It's like, you know what? I'm going to pack my own line, cowboy sort of stuff. Pack my own line and Ramian, just get on a bull. You know, get on a bull when you're out there packing your own lines. I'm packing a line of plus 12.5. I don't think the Raiders get beaten 13 plus because the Sharks, everyone thinks they're holograms. They're fucking not. Nico's not a hologram. Love him as a player. He's not a hologram. So I just can't see them beating Raiders 13 plus. So Raiders plus 12.5. Ramian, that's kind of line that side, try scorer that side. That gets you a nice 4.17. Not crazy, but it's essentially just a try scorer.
Not
An
bad.
outside back.
Yeah, not bad.
It's going to be a warm 6 degrees at night.
There you go.
Oh, back row weather. Back row weather. You got to start looking at the time of day,
there. That
baby.
could be 13. Feels like 13.
Fucking 6 degrees, did he just say at night time?
Yeah, his
And
room
if
for error
there's,
was
mate, if
16
there's a wind chill, so obviously, like, you got to remember that doesn't account for wind chill.
It
There's
feels like
a little
5.
bit of wind blowing down at JIO. We could be feeling like 0. That's back rower.
You are
weather.
outrageous, Rando.
22 at night in Canberra. Right.
Boys, I'm going to take Ramian like Rando's stats there, and Nicholson, the right edge back rower. I like the look of him. Scored a couple of tries a few weeks ago. I like him. 11.67, Nicholson and Ramian.
I'm actually going to add Raymond in there as well.
Oh my
Cold
God.
weather.
This,
Cold weather.
get
Now
away
it's not
from
gonna
our
be.
bets.
Fuck
Why
you,
can't
dude.
you just back your own bet?
Because if I had a
This is,
Raymond, I get
like-
757.
No, I don't mind this.
Yeah,
I
fuck
don't
that.
mind it. Because Raymond doesn't score now. Is that so? That's your constitution. Just copy everyone's bet.
It's not copying. I had the Raiders.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
So everyone else is taking the Raiders line. I think the Raiders win.
But you're the last to join.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a bit more value.
after the stats, but instead you said Ramian after you've heard our explanations
What
about
a
Ramian.
sad shell of a man you've become.
No, that's good. Dude. That's smart. That's just smart betting. We were talking about taking one either side. That's what we're talking about in
Then why didn't you
accountability.
say that when you put your bet down?
Because I wasn't even thinking about him saying Ramian. And then you guys were also, I was like, oh, fuck, you did have a positive Ramian stat in there. It's the only thing I can do to get the value up. I'm not going to do a fucking guru and just continue to burn units on awful bets. Well, I might, but, you know.
You have, but that's fine.
What is Bailey Ladders doing?
Timoko under 46.5, 680. Don't mind that from me. He actually, not just because he won, but I think he hit a fair few of his ATS legs last week, I think. So he's got a bit of a nose for an ATS, the old Lippy.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he did get his ATSs. Had Colin Matangi, Marky Mark.
Colin Matangi, that was the breadcrumb, dude.
He
How
had
fucking
Dearden.
fit he was.
Yeah.
He got Dearden, which is, you know.
They're
not
pretty
nothing.
impressive ATS legs to get, though. They're not a Stone Street.
Mate, the Colin Matangi, fucking hell. You're right. He
That
looks
was
fit as a
bread- that
rubber.
was
He
breadcrumb.
looks like a different dude, right?
No, he
Like-
does. He does.
different
He does
human
not look
being.
the same at all. Panthers v the Cowboys. This is at Combank, $1.22 the Cowboys, $4.25. Sorry, $1.22 Panthers, $4.25 Cowboys. Line 13.5, total 50.5. Rando, what's up?
It's going to be dry at Combank for this game.
What
now.
time of the day?
What time?
Well, like as in, is it going to be dry in the morning?
It's going to be dry. Dry in the
evening.
evening. Dry in the evening. Just double checked. Called them up as well.
I need to just take attention off me, man.
Oh,
If you
jeez, this
fuck
weather
up, I'm
thing
gonna
has
go
been
for
too
it.
much. It's going to be dry. No team since the Storm Eels game, rather, have covered a double-digit handicap this season. That's 7 straight games where the underdog has covered. The Panthers, they have failed to cover a handicap over 13.5 points in 3 of the last 4 occasions. The Panthers have also lost 3 of their last 4 Friday night games at CommBank Stadium as well. So I don't mind the Cowboys to cover that line. For try scorers, Liam Martin, he scored last week against the Rabbitohs. He scored in each of his last 2 games against the Cowboys. He's running at Tommy Dearden, who's missed 15 tackles in 4 games this season. Right second rowers, they have a 50% try scoring rate against the Cowboys this year.
Wow. I mean, that's just
Line into
vibe and
fucking-
stats matching up, because I just never in my life have I just stood out Liam Martin. Now, I just had a vibe about it because so many people will be like, I had a Liam Martin. They're like, okay, maybe if I put a Toto or someone in there, get me 285. I'll take it. Like, he scores a fair few tries. Cows are shit. Cleary's back.
Maybe not.
Like, 285, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to try to tempt myself into create some $11 thing if I have a vibe about Liam Martin already. 285, that's my bet.
Edward?
I think that the Panthers, off the back of, 3 losses?
3 losses. sorry.
3 straight losses. Defense is just going to be a massive priority from this game. If they can keep Cowboys to relatively low score, which I think everyone agree is very achievable, given the state of your side.
Okay.
Shit side
Put 30 on.
against a good defensively sound team. Although not recently, I think they get back to basics, baby, and I think they restrict. And I also don't think they've got a shitload of points in them this year at the moment. I know Nathan Cleary's back, but things just aren't really fucking gelling that well. I like the unders, under 50.5. It's not nothing in terms of a total. It's not 44. It's 50 points. $1.96. I'm going to borrow a little bit of Sebo. Keep things fucking interesting. Watch it for the full 80. Hopefully things are tight. I don't mind if they're tight, as long as it's tight on my side of the
Honestly,
coin.
I reckon unders is the best bet to ride.
I'm liking unders this year too, baby. I'm liking unders.
Dumb people are like, it's always overs, man. They've bought no, just like overs. I get it, you want to score, but unders just gets the fucking heart beating because you're like, don't fucking score that try. And watching a try save a tackle, it hits stronger than just someone putting the ball down. Like a Gutho saving the try, like you did a couple on the weekend. It fucking hits well, man.
It's like 26, 24. That's still under. It's still under.
Yeah.
If it's 26, 24. I like under 50 and a half.
Under math is so fun as well. As
Yeah, under math's
doing the
great.
calculations
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
in your
yeah,
head.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so if they don't convert this one, then I can afford 3 more. Like
It can make it be 30-6, and I'm still gravy, baby.
I feel it's just the how like backgammon and chess are like the ancient board games, and now board games are like a million different things going on. Like unders, I feel at the Olympics when there was probably sports going on, that was ancient Greece. That was the bet people would probably take.
Yeah.
They're just like under over, under over.
Yeah.
It's how professionals gamble. It's like it's lines, it's overs, it's unders. Like that's how the big dogs do it. 50 points is good though, right? 50 points is like a good one to take with unders, but fucking I'm
This
always
year,
so much of a
certainly.
pussy.
I think unders have been hitting a fair bit.
That's my vibe. It just seems like
Let
a
me
lot.
check 1 second.
50 and a half points seems like a shitload.
Burmo's been very quiet the last few minutes. I feel like he's cooking something up over there.
Oh, dude, you're overthinking that. I'm telling you. No, I was.
He hasn't got a bet.
I was. I've got no bet in here.
He hasn't got a bet.
I've
He's
got
just
a
doing
bet.
it
That's why it's empty.
No, but I was looking at 13 and a half for the Cows because they sort of they looked better than they have on the weekend. But this game absolutely gives me nothing. I have aphantasia about this game. I can't see anything about it. I am sort of just going to go with Rando's stats here. That was what I was waiting for. And I didn't mind Cowboys plus 13.5. And then if a Liam Martin gets me to 637, I'm just like, fuck it. Let's go.
Can you fuck off my
Mate,
bet?
that's a Rando stat. That's why it was left empty.
So basically, off the back of the worst week, in one of the worst weeks in the show's history, Tom's come in with no original material. He's just borrowing from everyone else.
Well, no.
Yes,
How the fuck
yes.
is that?
Ramian, you needed fucking...
I got it off Rando twice.
Yeah, right. So you bought in nothing.
After both of us were
you
bullish
bought
on
in
it.
nothing.
And then we were bullish. I'm bullish on Liam Martin. Then
Rue
you
added a Ramian. Fucking
No,
you
I
added
did
a
it with you
Ramian.
last night.
Shut up, cunts. Why has yours changed?
Huh?
Why has yours changed? I saw you change your bet as you were
di-
fucking sitting here.
The Raimi, I changed that because I admitted changed it.
So
You
right,
spoke
so
about
you
your
had
bet.
Nickera and Young, and then you heard Rando's stats, and you changed it. I watched you
Yes.
fucking change
The
it.
difference is...
So that's what I did.
The difference
I
is,
had Raiders to
the
win.
difference
and
is
then
you
I
heard
had
the
a
stats.
fucking Ramian.
You heard the stats, and only when Rue and I took Ramian, then you took Ramian.
No, after
So you
he
backed
said it.
You'd already gone.
He said
You'd
it.
already gone.
Yeah, I was
You'd
like,
already
my
gone.
mind was ticking over. I work slower sometimes. I've got a boil. Anyway, no, fuck no. I'm on him now.
I like that you're fucking Martin.
Yeah, I'm going Martin. Cows plus. Cows plus 13.5. Liam Martin anytime. That's going to get you 637. That bet gets up.
I've gone the Milky Bar kid again. That's all.
I can respect it based on my
My
previous.
bet?
No.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you were talking about me. What's Lippy doing, Seba?
Tungo 2+ Panthers to win both halves, $12.05.
Beautiful. All right, next, Bunnies, Roosters, Allianz Core Stadium. Yuck. I just assumed. $1.65 for the Rabbitohs, $2.25 for the Roosters, 3.5 the line, 48.5 the total. Rando.
It's going to be dry in the evening for this game. Obviously, going to hit you with some Trell Mitt stats. The Rabbitohs, they have a 66% win record with Latrell Mitchell since he signed in 2020. They have a 44% win record without him, losing 30 of their 54 games. Latrell Mitchell himself, when he lines up at centre in the NRL, he has a 72% win record. However, this will be his first game in that centre position since the 2019 Grand Final. For tries, Latrell, he scored in each of his last 3 games. He's scored in 8 of his last 9 games playing at centre across Origin and international level as well. Comes up against Rob Toy here in the weak right side of the Roosters, so don't mind him. Redemption game against his old club. First game back at centre. Beauty.
Yeah.
Rue, what are you thinking, brother?
I'm going Latrell, just straight out, $2.05.
This is all good.
You'll start to notice a trend here that I'm very nervous about, though.
Yeah.
I also was excited about Latrell. Obviously, he's in the centres. I think to myself, he's a big game player. He stands up and delivers often in big games. And obviously, the Book of Feuds is a big game. Read a fucking book, punters and dribblers. At $2.05 at centre, where I think he performs well, I liked it. Now, I don't know if I do. Because every motherfucker and his dog's on Latrell.
I'd say like every was he like $2?
$2.05.
Two buckets, as Sebo would say. The fact that that's got to come in. Every cunt is going to be on Latrell, surely.
It's a bit like Origin 2 years ago when he was playing at left centre for the first time in like 2 years, and he got over.
He
at the
fucking
MCG.
dominated.
Yeah.
I have actually I BYO'd me online for this one of Bunnies minus 6.5. I just think that they're going to beat the Roosters by more than 3.5. So fuck it. Into a trail, 354.
So Trell is, he's still $2.
Still 205.
I might have just a little fucking.
I'm probably
put
going
on
to,
now
yeah.
Because things change.
Things do change. People
change in rugby league.
People change.
You know what I'm going to do? I've been twisting around. I had Bunnies win Trell unders, right? I thought I had changed it back to just standing at Trell, but I was probably looking at Rue's column because I just wanted to get rid of all the shit. Because when Trell's back, Trell's the type of guy that people from all different backgrounds and team supports, they just go hard on Trell. And then I realised I hadn't changed it, and then now everyone was on it. Thought, oh, mate, like, do I not just go Trell? And then I'm just going, fuck it. What do I like about Unit TV when I'm on the unders? The 80-minute experience. What I love about Trell is that he's my favourite player, he plays for my team, and I just want to watch him and I want to ride as high as I possibly can be for him to score. So the way I can do that is just triple the guy. Ooh. Just triple the guy, stand him out and triple the guy. And it's one of those ones, if it loses, it's going to hurt me units-wise, but I'm going to get the 80 minutes that I really want out of it. And at the end of the day, sometimes that's what it's about, at least if you're in the positive and you can afford it. But
I was going to say, I'd love to do that. That was a long-winded way. If he hadn't tripled it, I was going to say it's a long-winded way of just saying you've copied Guru and Eddie. It still is that. He's just decided to
but he's
triple
tripled
it.
it.
He's tripled it.
He's tripled it.
He's putting his nuts in
Which ain't
now.
nothing.
No, it's a lot,
Do
actually.
we want to join Sebo as Tom Carr?
I've got a triple.
Well, why couldn't I?
Because you'll be in the 50s.
Well, listen. Fucking, you got to be in it to win it, though, mate. You know, you think I'm
You're in it.
Mate, look at these. Look at my odds here. These are the most dumb, dangerous odds of a fucking. You think that Old Testament Tom would come out? Not yet, brah. Not yet. Not
Well,
yet.
you've
So
still
do you
got,
mind if I
you've got
join
time.
you?
I've got time.
Do you mind if I join you?
welcome. All welcome on this ship. All you guys, Rando, anyone, everyone's welcome except Tom.
I'm on, I'm tripling.
I'm coming. No, I'll stick with mine. I was just fucking with you.
Lippy, Trell and Teddy, 528.
Cool.
You won last week, so I can't shit on you.
No, you can't. Next up, we have got the Eels v the Dragons. This is must watch. Combank, $2.40 for the Eels, $1.57 for the Dragons, 4.5 the line, 48.5 the total. Rando.
3 p.m., which means it should be peak sun time. 27 degrees and sunny at Combank Stadium for Guffo to come up against his former side. He might not be in luck, though. The Eels, they have won their last 6 Saturday 3 p.m. fixtures, having not lost in that time slot since 2015. They've also won 5 of their last 6 games as underdogs against the Dragons. The Dragons, they've dropped their last 3 away games as a favourite, so I don't mind the Eels there. For try scorers, Will Penasini has scored in 4 tries in his last 5 games. He scored 4 tries in his last 4 games at Combank and scored last time against the Dragons. During the day, he has a 64% try scoring record in the last 3 seasons, scoring in 4 of his last 6 games.
Edward.
Tom, you and I are always trying to crack the punting game. That's what we're always trying to do. We're always looking for fucking patterns and signs, and we're essentially trying to delve deep into the human psyche and the human condition. Now, when the Roosters beat the Panthers, right, and travelled to the Warriors the next week, you and I made the mistake of thinking, well, the fucking Roosters are good now, even though we all knew that they weren't that good. But we just got excited, forgetting that the Roosters had played their GF. They're going to lose the next week. Now, I think that this time around with the Dragons and the Eels, the Dragons beat the Storm last week. The fucking energy levels were super high throughout the game. That's emotionally draining, as any performance can be. I think that's their grand final. That was the Dragons' grand final last week. They're a shit side as well. The Eels, on the other hand, I think play their grand final this week. They need a fucking win more than anything. They're at home. It's dry. It's Saturday, 3 p.m. Donk needs a fucking win, and I think that they can grind one out in a shit game. I love the Eels here. I think they have their grand final up against a side who's coming off a grand final. The perfect storm, $2.40. I'm tripling the fuck out of it. Yes, baby, yes.
Makes a lot of sense.
Tell me that doesn't make
You've
sense.
shown you're working, but to triple it is absolute fucking... That's nutsack stuff. I wouldn't be going
But
to
that's
do that.
how you get ahead in the punting game, is that if you're picking up on something and laying it out, like, that's when you should triple.
Listen, I'm more than happy for him to triple. I'm saying that's nutsack stuff. I would not be tripling the Eels because, like, you also triple Trell, which is, like, fucking way more of an obvious triple than tripling the Eels. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get ahead by tripling Latrell, or you can get ahead by tripling the fucking Eels against the Dragons.
It's not
I don't
a bad
know.
point. At 240 for the Eels, 205 for Latrell. I hate to say Tom talks sense, but I don't mind it.
Thank
Let's
you.
just wait till accountability next week, eh? Shall we?
Yep.
Let's just wait.
Listen, mate, I hope they get up for you. Honestly, I do.
Dragons played their grand final last week. I think they'll be.
It's like if you're at a festival and you take something and
the next one doesn't work as
the
well.
next one, you can try as many times as you want. The next one doesn't work. It doesn't work, and then maybe
Well, I reckon the next one works. The third one won't work.
So maybe the third one won't work. Let's say the third
The
one
third
won't
one
work.
won't. Second one will definitely work.
The Eels are coming in. They haven't touched a thing.
Yeah.
And they might have like a certain like 2007 kind of Pink Love Heart vibe to them.
yeah, green apple.
Yeah.
You know?
I think they are so shit, the Eels. That's like, I get what you're saying with the grand final. Like, I think that the Roosters grand final was way bigger of a grand final than the Dragons one. The Eels...
You don't think beating the Storm?
Well, no, you beat the Storm, but the odds wouldn't suggest that it was even that big of an upset. Whereas the Roosters, it was $11, and they had all their players out, and it was like, you guys fucking suck. It was a wet
and
weather
they still
win.
won that one though. Like I think that these guys have a way better shot than the Roosters did, and they still won. And then think about you always until you get to round 6, you've always got to remember the field goal. Everyone's won one, everyone's lost one.
Yeah.
Like by round 6,
the Eels are going to have a fucking gritty performance.
No
What round
no
is
one,
this?
no
5?
matter how shit you are, you never go 8 rounds, 9 rounds in a row without
round
winning
5.
one because you get so desperate.
But you can go
and then you
5.
come up against another shit team who just got off their GF.
Yeah, but I just like the timing. The
All
Eels
right.
will win a game at some
Okay.
point. They've got the Dragons who are shit off the
Yep.
back of a huge win.
All right.
That's what I like.
Rue, what are you doing?
The Gutho and Lomax Cup here. I'm going to take both of them to cross. My boy Riley Smith's been elevated to starting 9. I think he'll play big minutes. Got a really good running game. But I still think the Dragons get home in a tight one, 1-12. $85.68. Have a bit of a
Jesus.
swing in this one.
I'm just going Gutho. He left a comment on our video because we were talking about just the importance of a Clint in a side, and he got him over the line.
Well, he wins
against
the Clint
Storm.
games.
And now this isn't a Clint game, but it is a fuck you game. And I think Gutho's got a lot of fuck you in him, and he's like a guy who's like. He seems like he's very competitive. It seems like he takes shit personally, and he got fucked off by Donk Riles, and now Donk's fucking 0-4, and Clint's going to come in there and just go, fuck you, I'm going to find a way to get over. The Parramatta Eels suck. They can't attack. They don't know how to attack, and I think Eddie's bet's fucking disgraceful. I don't love the Gutho one, but it's just more that I'm in a Gutho mindset at the moment. I need to just grit and grind and graft.
I think Clint turns this into a Clint game. I think you're very bold, tripling that. Very bold.
Yep. We love it. Sebo?
Rando, did you get how many times the unders hit this
14 of the last 17 games.
year? It's an unders season.
You got to be bold though in this game, mate.
Yeah,
14 of the last 17 have hit unders.
Yeah,
I
I've
was
gone
tempted
under the
last
points
week to
handicap.
just go
Yeah.
unders in the bets, and I didn't do it. I did it on a couple, but then I'm just feeling unders here for all the reasons these guys have already spoken about. Is that if it's a
48
fuck
and a
you
half.
game that like Clint. Like the defense the Dragons had, yes, they might not win the game, but the defense is good. You got Clint there, does those kind of try-saving tackles, hold them up. The Dragons, maybe, if Eddie's right, I still think it's going to be an unders game. I don't see the Eels putting 32 points on them. No. Like, if the Eels win, it's going to be like a 16-12 kind of vibe, but then maybe the Dragons just hold them out. I just see this as an unders affair. Again, if we're going 14 from 17, this one looks like the unders one to me. Rugby league's a funny game where this one might be fucking 42-20, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I like this bet so much I wish you could triple, but I want the Trell Unit TV more than that, so just $1.90 for under 48.5.
12 of the last 13 day meetings between these two have gone under 49.5 points.
Nice.
These are unders teams. Lippy's gone Gutho Dillbags, 876 for Dill. All right, Titans v. the Dolphins. Dill gets over now, I said that, by the way. This is at Seabus. $1.48 for the Titans, $2.65 for the Fish, 5.5 the line, 52.5 the total. Rando.
Dry game for this one. On surface value, you'd look at the Titans and the Dolphins and think this is an overs game, but I am big on the unders for this one. Last 6 Dolphins games have gone under 52.5 points. 4 of the last 5 Titans games have gone under 52.5 points. Last 3 meetings between these sides have gone unders. For try scorers, Jojo Fafita has scored in 2 of his 3 games this season. He has scored 4 tries in his last 4 games at Seabus Super Stadium. The Dolphins' weakest edge is their left edge, conceding 33% of their tries, including a try to a right centre in 2 of their last 3 games.
I'm not sure whether it's just, but I feel like the line has changed since this morning. Or did I just put it in wrong?
It's
So
5.5.
which edge did you say the Dolphins are weak at?
their left edge. So right wingers, right centres. You got Fafita and Sammy there.
Yeah, okay, because I had Fermor, but I'm thinking...
Fafita at 210 is...
That's what I'm thinking. Everyone's forgotten about Fever because he comes off the bench, but if he comes off the bench and plays 50 minutes, it's just like...
I'm talking about Jojo.
I'm
Jojo,
talking
not
David.
David. No, not David.
Where does David come on at?
He's been playing 55 minutes, so around that.
Where on the field? Because Fermor stays on, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think
He's
he plays
been on the right side, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
right side
Yeah.
swaps for Cleese Haas.
Okay, how much is Davey Boy paying off the bench? That's what we want to know because everyone's forgotten about him. $3.80 for Fafita, David Fafita, against a side that the Dolphins just suck at defense, don't they? Like, I know they're playing gritty games, but I'm just going to go $3.80 for Fafita because I had Herbie and Fermor, but I just think everyone's forgotten about him in Supercoach, in betting, just because he's off the bench. But he needs to aim up eventually, and I think this is the game. $3.80.
Like it. I had Titans minus 5.5 into Jojo Fafita at 320. I think the Titans win. They just seem like they're starting to get a bit of des about them, which you like. But then those understats were just like fucking too horny to ignore. 52.5 is a lot of points. It's a shitload of points, in fact. So you add the unders to that, and you are getting, my dear friends, $6.99. Titans minus 5.5. Jojo anytime unders.
I did have Dolphins at overs, but Rando's just fucking... He's just got them stats going. So I'm going to change it to Dolphins unders. My thinking, my working here, punters and dribblers, is very simple. I think the Dolphins need a win. It's as simple as that. They've lost some games that they should have won. I think that they're going to want it more. Pure and simple. I think they want it more. Titans can have off weeks. They can have off games. We all know that. They are a fucking up and down rugby league side. They don't just hump every week. They have shockers. They have shockers in them. I'm hoping they're a little bit off their game, and I think the Dolphins just need to win the footy game. I don't mind if this turns into a drab shit show, to be honest with you, because I've gone the unders now. As long as the Dolphins come out on top. Dolphins unders, I think it's 4-11. I will confer and come back to you.
Just a little footnote. Just everyone make note. Just to
4-11.
see if this goes over, is the over-under guys. I just want to get how they work. Like, I just want like a little mental note to myself. I just want to see how they work.
Make a real note of that, because
Because
I saw it and felt overs. You've convinced me unders, and I'm prepared to go with you. But also, like,
you can catch.
This
out
is
the
my
goals
favourite
here.
unders bet of the weekend.
Yeah, make note of that.
Make note of that. Clip that up. Clip that. Throw me under the bus.
Let's see how
I
the
don't care.
goals work, because I'm very interested.
your favourite unders bet of the week?
Yeah.
I'm going back to overs. 440. Dolphins overs.
I wish I could
440.
side bet you on this one, but yeah.
Yeah, side bet him. Side bet him.
He's not a part of the
Yeah,
panel.
but he just have a go. Hey, a little bit of cash on the side.
Cash on the side.
Cash on the side.
Yeah, $50.
50
100,
done.
100
Easy.
bucks.
Fine.
50? 50.
50.
All right, $50.
$50 done.
That's right.
What is the number? Can we get the number?
52 and a half.
52 and a half.
52
Lock
and
it
a
in.
half.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of footy points.
Boys, I've taken Herbie Farnworth. I think he's at like 315. I like that. And I think the Finns, boys, if they don't win this game, I think they play Penrith and Melbourne after this. Like, this could turn into a train wreck.
Herbie tries too hard, and I know that seems like maybe
Try less.
You want your players to try hard, but he tries too hard to score tries.
I think
Like
he has
Channing
to.
Tatum in Jump Street. You got to try less.
Yep.
Correct. All he did on the weekend
Yep.
was just run it back in field like he's fucking. It was just like, dude, maybe pass it.
Herbie to cross, and I'm going to give the Finns plus 7.5 in this game, 464.
Lovely, and our Lippy.
Titans minus 5.5. Jojo and Herbie 11.76.
All right, let's move on to another game I haven't got a bet for yet. Broncos Tigers Suncorp Stadium. For the Broncos, $1.14. Tigers are $5.80. The line 17.5. The total 53.5. That's a big line, ladies and gentlemen. 17.5. Rando.
It's going to be dry for this game. Talked about teams failing to cover big lines. Well, the Broncos, they've failed to cover the line in their last 11 games at Suncorp. They have lost their last 4 Saturday fixtures at Suncorp, in which they were favourites for all 4 of them. The Tigers, they have won 3 of their last 4 games against the Broncos at Suncorp Stadium as well. I know Jerome Luai is out, but I really don't mind the Tigers with their defence to probably hold off the Broncos here from a big margin. For try scorers, Jack Gajewski, he scored in 2 of his 4 games this season. He scored 3 tries in his last 3 games against the Tigers. The Tigers' right side defence is their weakest, conceding 50% of their tries this season compared to the other side, which concedes 30%. Even more peculiar, if you want to go for more value, Gajewski has scored the first try in each of those 2 games he scored this season.
Quick question: if they score 50% of their tries on one side, and then 20%
The middle,
on the
the
other,
middle.
Oh, okay, thirds.
Yes, thirds. We're talking thirds.
Gotcha. I was fucking a pretzel there. Sebo, what are you thinking?
I hate betting on these games that should be blowouts, and then you don't know if they're going to blow out. The line's too scary. The try scores are too short sometimes. But if you're just giving me $2 over a Shibasaki, I'll just take that.
Like there's going to be a week where the Broncos fuck a team up.
Yeah. And it could be this one, but the Tigers actually, I know they don't
The
have Luai
defense is
to win,
all
but
right,
the defense is all right? So it's just like, I'm worried if Luai was in, I would like the Tigers, to be honest. But I know I could go down with the ship here because Shibasaki scored twice last week. It rarely does that happen if you punt on them the next week to back it up. But it's the left side's hot for the Broncos, and I have him and Arthur's in my Supercoach team. So if Shibasaki just passes to Arthur and he scores 2-3 tries, I don't care. Supercoach, get me back in that top 5,000, baby. So just Shibasaki, 205. I just couldn't find a bet that I loved. I just couldn't.
I'm not fucking breaking any news. I've never wrangled a Stags. Never wrangled a Stags. My name's not on the board.
Is Guru? You haven't either.
So I'm on 3.
I'm on 2.
You're on 2.
I'd love my name to be on the board. It's not yet on the board. I haven't picked the right expedition, right? Like when I fucking look it up on Google, I'm picking the wrong guy. I'm hoping this week when I rock up looking to hunt a stags, imagine this. A bloke walks in with camo bottoms, right? A tight white shirt and a fucking goatee. You think to yourself, I'm on this week, surely. Like, I've failed in the past, sure, but I've picked the wrong expedition. I've got Mr. fucking Goatee on my side this week. Stags and Shibasaki. It's 431. No, the odds aren't crazy, but I just want to get my name on the board. That's all that is.
And Shibasaki, bit of like, Japanese
That's where
katana
I was
vibe.
thinking. Just let it slip, dude. It should have been a bit of fucking, what was the Japanese show we liked last year? Shogun, dude.
Real Shogun
You
vibes.
had him as a fucking G.I. Joe. It's like you've got a Japanese guy. What the fuck, dude? That could be where you fall off because you got the wrong version of Shibasaki. Roo, what are you doing?
I've got my Godzilla and Kong bet here. Now, in the most recent movies of these two, they pair up together and they take on other Titans. I see that as State of Origin in a few months' time. They'll pair up, take on Queensland. The game this weekend, though, is like the original movies. It's these two going head-to-head. Payne Haas, Terrell May, two big boys, $45.17. Terrell May hasn't scored a try yet. He is so due, it's not even funny. And Payne Haas just can't be fucking tackled at the moment. I like this one, boys. Bit of value there.
like
It's
it
good.
too.
It's good. Like
These bets fire me up.
Some dum-dums might be going, oh, he's trying to do what he did last week. No, he's not, because it makes complete sense. That's why. If you just try and make sense out of something, it doesn't make sense. But like Godzilla and King Kong, with the whole background of the movies there, that's why I love it, because it makes sense. They fight, then they unite. Like, that's genius.
They fight, then they unite.
And the ones that bagged me last week all said, front rowers don't score. Well, looks like they do, my friend.
Looks like they do. Now listen, I know that Piakura isn't a Japanese last name, but it kind of could be mistaken for one if you're ignorant, like I am, racially and culturally. Sure. So, for the purpose of this bet, Piakura is Japanese. Know that. He is as Japanese as they come. Now, you know who else is Japanese? We just established Eddie didn't know that because he's also ignorant culturally, but Gamut Shibasaki is as Japanese as they come. I'm taking two Japanese men with me to wrangle a stags. So there's going to be three of us. Well, four of us, really. I've got Brendan Piakura, who's probably not Japanese, Gamut Shibasaki, who has some Japanese heritage, and Katoni Stags. 14.75. Now, Piakura is probably like the dumbest one to add there, but I was just last minute looking for some Japanese energy.
The easy peasy bet.
So 14.57 for that. What are you looking up there, Edward?
Just trying to find the...
Cook Islands.
Okay, well,
he's from the
listen.
Cook- I'm just like, where's the last name originate?
It's
There you go.
Well, it's Japanese today. 14.57. What's the lippy doing?
I think he's just got
He's just got Piakura. Good signs. Good signs.
Yeah, which is probably where you saw it.
No.
Well, you've taken a piece of every bet on the column before.
All
I mean,
all right, buddy. All right. Sure.
Yeah. I got
Betting buffet over there.
I'm looking to the lippy for fucking advice.
Yeah. Well,
Well, he did win the week. You're minus 20.
That's actually I could do worse. Seagulls Storm, 4 Pines, Sunday, 4 p.m. 2.45 the Seagulls, $1.55 the Storm. 4.5 is the line, 47.5 the total points, Rando. Good stats, please.
I actually like the Seagulls in this one. They've won 8 of their last 9 games at Four Pines Park. Of course, undefeated since the Good Day Hill was made. Seagulls have won their last 5 Sunday 4 p.m. games at Four Pines Park, and they've won their last 3 games against the Storm at Four Pines Park, and they were the underdog in all 3 games. In fact, the last time they played the Storm at Four Pines Park, they were without Tom Trebojevic, and Lehigh was the fullback in that one. For try scorers, Kula, he scored last week. Absolute omen, saw him in the car, so that had to go off. I reckon he goes in again. Didn't see him this week, but just think he is due. He scored in 2 of his last 4 games at Four Pines Park. He scored 2 tries in
Didn't
his
say what
last
he's due. After he scored last week.
After he scored last week. Just going back to it. He's scored 2 tries in his last 2 games against the Storm. The Storm have conceded a try to a left centre in every game this season. I have stats to back it up.
Thank you.
Rando camping out on the spit bridge the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Binoculars out.
Eagle Rock playing in a radio.
I bumped into a Brookvale.
I'm going to take Cameron Munster outright here at 345. All the chat from Tom last week about everyone's forgotten about Munster, all that sort of bullshit. I think it comes back to bite you in the ass at Brookvale this week. So Munster, 345. Thanks for coming.
I mean, I don't know how you turn that on me because fucking Cam Munster is a good player and people may have forgotten about him, you sack of shit, Guru. I like Manly. Shock horror, 245. I mean, I think 245 is good for a side that is good. Storm, not that good. Almost lost to a fucking Clearyless Penrith, and then they lost to the Dragons, which is one of the more embarrassing losses you can have as a side in the NRL. I don't think they bounce back. I think they're broken from it. Chris Minns, dog, burning down golf courses, bad omen for the Storm. Manly. Now, what happens if Manly win? Well, you bet your fucking bottom dollar, the last dollar you have, Jason Subs, he's going to have a look because that's their best move. So you put them together and you get... over here. 355. I just think it's simple, it's clean, and that's what I need this week. Clean eating.
Tom and I were at the Battle of Brookvale all those years ago, and I'm here to tell you, the fucking hill was absolutely heaving. It was pumping. Now, you can't fight anymore, but I really want to replicate that feeling. I hope that feeling's replicated, but what's going to replicate that feeling? What's going to get the hill jumping and pumping and thumping? Okay, it's mainly 13 plus. That's what does it. If the boys go out there and put the Storm to the sword, show our premiership credentials. Yeah, we don't have Turbo, but we've learned to live and love and win without him. If we go out there and put them to the sword, the fucking hill pumps and it jumps and it thumps again, and that's what I'm looking for. $5.60. I just want to be part of that energy, baby. And if that energy is delivered and I'm on it, just get double goodness, you know.
Double goodness.
Double goodness.
Bro.
Done mine, Munster.
Oh, sorry.
Go through again if you want.
Nah, mate, that's all right. You shit on me, didn't you?
Really uninspiring bet here. I don't really know what's going to happen. So I've just taken Storm minus 4.5 because I think they should win. You'd think if Craig's going to get up and for losing to the Dragons, Manly don't have Turbo. You think they should win. You really do. And then just another sider, Hamole, I think is due because I've been on him enough times and he hasn't banged. He's starting to creep up in the value a little bit there. So a line, not a BYO, just a line the bookie set where they're going. It's roughly going to be around here. And Hamole, 7.23.
Okay. Lippy's gone Manly DCE, 7.20. I like the cut of this guy's jib. Last game, we have got the Bulldogs and the Newcastle Knights. At a core, that's tough stuff. That's tough going for anyone. Dogs $1.46, the Knights $2.75, the line 6.5, and the total 46.5. Randos.
It's going to be dry to finish off the week. The Bulldogs, of course, flying at the moment. They started the season 4-0 for the first time since 1993. They've won 10 of their last 12 regular season home games. The Knights, since 2017, have lost their last 10 games against teams ranked at the top of the table, covering the line in just 3 of those 10 games. They've also lost 10 of their last 14 away games, so I don't mind the Bulldogs here. For try scorers, Bradman Best has scored in each of his last 2 games. He scored 7 tries in 6 games against the Bulldogs, including a try in each of his last 5 games against them. He scored 5 tries in his 4 games at a core as well, and the left centre has scored in each of the last 2 games against the Bulldogs. It's just screaming Braddy Best.
Screaming.
Screaming. Sebo, what are you doing?
Look, I would be tempted to take from Andrew there, but I've done it a couple of times already. I don't want to go over the top. I look at this game and I've got no idea because the Knights are they were shit last time. They started the season all right with a bit of energy, but I don't know. I don't even check the team list if their forwards are back or not because I don't actually care. And then the Dogs, it's like, did they just get up for that one game because they were down a few troops? Is it a one-time thing? Are the Sharks just fake holograms? Who the fuck knows? I'm just going Dogs 1 to 12, 2.90, basically nearly $3 because I think that's what should happen. That's just when I look at it, I go, I reckon the Dogs will win 1 to 12. That's all I can say about this bet. I can't get around any of the try scorers. I can't get around, I don't know.
Okay. Yep. Edward?
Listen, I like the Knights off the bye. I think they've just got a fucking extra week to prepare for the Dogs. The Dogs, although they're on the top of the table, are they going to be a team that fucking wins every single week? I don't think so. I like the Knights here, and I like Bradman Best, who does some of his best work off a bye, Tom. Went to Bali famously, came back, scored a double. I haven't taken him for a double because he hasn't been to Bali. But he likes that week off, baby, to recharge the bats. 5.21.
All right, now my bet's a little random, right? But I've just got a question for the panel. The Sheriff, Adam Elliott, biggest penis in NRL. At least the biggest penis you and I have seen.
Yeah, and we've seen it.
And we've seen it. What's his wife's name?
Millie Boyle.
That's right. What's the last name?
Yeah.
Boyle.
Yeah. yeah.
Now, it's not anymore. It's Elliott. But what was her last name? Boyle.
It was Boyle,
right?
yeah.
It was Boyle.
Yeah.
What have I had?
Yeah.
I've had a Boyle.
Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense.
It's a Boyle bet. That's all it is. It's a straight up Boyle bet. Adam Elliott, anytime, $10.
Yeah. Because Adam Elliott's got a Boyle.
He's got a Boyle. I have a Boyle. Boyle's been lanced, thankfully. Lanced. It's bleeding out. But I think this, I just don't feel anything for this game. And there's a Boyle in the game, so I have to do it. $10. If this gets up, then my Boyle heals. Lippy.
Boyle bet.
Lippy.
Adam Elliott, how many minutes is he playing?
He's starting.
He'll play good minutes this week. It's
nice.
It's not
Okay.
a terrible bet.
Yeah. No, it's not a terrible bet.
I've got doggies 1 to 12, and I think Hayward is at ridiculous odds. Probably his second last game at 5'8". I really like the look of him. $12.98 there for those two.
Bit of Keating about him.
Heaps of Keating about him.
Heaps.
Lippy, dogs 1 to 12, Marju, man, 27.80.
Unit Scoopers, let's go. My friend Edward Simpson.
Underdogs, Eels, Dolphins, Knights, 17.49.
Sebo?
I'm going a few try scorers that I've liked. I didn't include Jojo, but Rando gave a lot of stats. So I've got him in there. But the other guys, instead of just throwing random shit together, I can get behind him. So Ramian and Trell. Oh, then I threw in Tuipulotu because I feel last week everyone jumped on him for Supercoach try scorers, and he just kind of didn't do anything. If he's going to score, it's going to be against the Eels. Just those four guys, 1976. Let's build those trebuchets. We need that fucking $20 unit scooper already.
Yep. Roo.
My 4 try scorers, I've gone Herbie Farmworth, the Milky Bar Kid, Latrell, and Clint Gutson, $31.91.
Beautiful. I've gone Trell and Marky Mark in the Roosters Rabbitohs game. I've then thrown in Jojo and Jesse Arthurs. You get $17.17. Nothing crazy. I need to start turning the fucking thing around. Let's turn this ship around.
And Lippy with Tomoko, Tungo, Tupo, Gutho, Jojo, Cobbo, DCE, and Man, $2,021.32.
That is so out of character based on what we've learned in the last 2 weeks from this dude.
It's a season ender.
It is fucking
Season
unit
ender.
scoopers.
It's
Yeah,
a season
It's
ender.
a season ender.
The man and DCE turn it into a season ender.
Jesus Christ.
We shall see.
All right, let's get to our fucking, what is it? Hot seat bet. All right, hot seat time. 0-5 this season. There's a theme coming up, and it's tough. I am going to be the one to break it, and the only way I can do that is by... Listen, if Eddie gets a triple stake on Parramatta to win, then the only way to even slightly soften that blow is if I just take Parramatta at 240 to win in my hot seat bet. It's the only way to soften that blow. I was thinking of doing a Trell, then some smart people made the point that you're on Trell, Tom. That'd be dumb. That'd be really dumb. But it'd be sort of well within line with how I've been behaving this year. But I'm taking the Eels at 240 in the hot seat. If it loses, I don't give a fuck. I don't care, but if it gets up, whatever, at least I'm on it. That's a bet. All right, that's us. We are done. Thanks again for another week. That was tough. I'm glad that's over. Thanks to Neds, as always. Check out More Shots if you are watching this on a Wednesday evening or listening to it. Runs at what time again, Eddie?
8:32, Richmond Race 5.
There you go. More Shots. And go get your tickets to the Dribblers Day Out, 4 Pints, Hello Sport, 19th of April. Easter long weekend, so you can have a rip and still recover.
2 days to recover.
2 days.
1 day to prep, 2 days to recover. Perfect positioning.
That's it. We'll see you next week. Bye.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.